Hello. This time our guest was Anton Pedos. He's an artist from Ukraine. Right now he's working on painting master's degree in Vilnius Art Academy. His artwork's based on different motives, but one of the most important things for him is the ability to express and experiment with different mediums by trying different things. Anton is a straightforward, positive person who is interested in technology's influence on humanity and its usability for different motives, ranging from art to war. We invite you to listen to our talk and explore Anton's creative journey. We hope that you will have an interesting time. With all that said, let's dive into the video. Hello, and today it's second time of our talk with an artist, and today we have Anton Pedos. Yeah.
Yep.
He's an artist from Ukraine.
Yes.
He's right now he's studying master's degree in Vilnius Art Academy.
Yep.
Yeah. And today we just try to explore his artistic journey and how everything is happening in his artistic head.
Yep.
We'll try to understand you inside out. Okay, so
Should we just dive right into the questions?
yeah, I think so. Karolina, start.
So the first question is, how did you start your journey as an artist?
Oh. At the end of the school, every schooler they have one question: what next? And it was interesting story because I used to study in Lviv Academy first. I'm applied to the Lviv Academy, and that was a cool story. My father just bought a car from the guy who used to teach in this academy, and he just asked my father what your children do, and my father says, "Oh, he drawing."
Okay.
And I started to teach to drawing, and one summer I just was sitting and drawing like a crazy whole day, few weeks, few months, and I start, and I used to draw the pretty girls who I like, and some different stuff, and then I just showed it to this guy who sell the car for my father.
Okay.
And yeah, that's the start of my journey to the art. So from the commercial, from the selling, buying, I turned to the study art, drawing, and so on.
Okay, great. It's quite casual, and yet maybe it's how you explained everything. It's quite, I don't know why, but funny.
Yeah.
But maybe it's because of your charisma, I don't know.
Oh, thank you. If I have charisma.
Yeah, because when you're talking, you're saying just casual things. Yeah, happened, that happened, that happened, but your smile on your face makes it somehow
very interesting
and enjoyable.
Thank you.
So nice. Okay, second question is about your ways, how. Okay, I'm just diving into the question because it will be hard to understand. Since you acquired your bachelor's degree in ceramics, we wanted to ask you, why did you choose that field?
Ceramics?
Yeah.
Also not my totally my opinion or my choose.
Your choice.
Okay. after this story with this guy that I showed him my portfolio,
Yeah.
They recommend me to start the preparing to the employment to the academy, and I used to study with the teacher who used to study in this academy, and they used to study in ceramics department.
Yeah.
So that was a recommendation of my teachers, and they said me a lot about the system, how it works, and so I know what I do, what I'm supposed to do there, and somehow I was prepared to what.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah,
You was prepared
me.
before the studying. You knew how
1
to
year
do it.
before studying.
Oh, okay. So you choose that because you was comfortable with. You were comfortable with it.
Yeah. But I haven't worked before with clay, with glazes, and this all technical stuff.
So this was quite a shot in the dark. I mean, you didn't really know what you were signing up for.
Yeah, nothing.
Okay.
It was just a kid. I was just a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting after all. Oh, I'm sorry. You started from drawing and then somehow you ended up at ceramics.
Yeah.
I think that's quite
but I
quite
think
different fields.
Yeah, quite different fields, but I think every artist who makes, I don't know, sculptures or paints know how to do other things like
obviously.
musicians.
Yeah,
Obviously.
yeah. Actually, this course of ceramics, there is painting classes, sculpture classes, ceramic classes, drawing classes, and it's a cool base for all artists, I guess, because it's traditional way in Lviv Academy of Arts. It's totally academic, traditional way to study.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay. So moving on to the next question. When and why did you decide to pursue painting?
I was interested because of that, and definitely the most I liked the painting from this all courses.
Oh, okay.
That I mentioned. Like I used to study in ceramics, but I mostly like to draw or paint, like.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, even I just like it, and I think there is a lot of things that you can proceed like with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you can explain a little bit more in detail what exact things are those. Maybe, I don't know, what do you feel when you're painting? How it's different than ceramics or other disciplines of art?
With ceramic, I was suffering.
That's the main difference.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah. And
why did you suffer?
I don't know. It's this clay. It was not mine. Yeah.
Maybe it was hard to work with.
It's the really difficult way to make something.
Yeah.
You have the process and you have steps. You need to go to step by step.
Yeah.
And if you don't, it's gonna be totally mess after. And also this ovens, if you want to melt some glazes, you need to try and a lot. And it's you more like scientists. You're not like artists.
You're not an artist.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in painting, you have this possibility of making whatever you want, like the freedom. I don't know. I feel the freedom when I drawing, or I'm used to using the charcoal or something.
I think now I understand. Maybe if I'm wrong, just correct me. But for example, if you are making sculpture, even though it could be abstract sculpture, but you need to be very precise in technical part. And if you are painting and you want to make it abstract, you just can to the whole places, to the whole place, and it will be expressive art, and you can't do that expressive stuff with sculpture because you need to make it happen, to stand and be kind, I don't know, concrete just.
Yeah, I think in all this, in sculpture and painting and ceramics, they have some rules. But the difference of the rules, if you have this, like the pole of this rules in the sculpture or in ceramics, you have the rules in the painting more wide, and like you can go wider, and I don't know how it works.
So you like to feel free when you create?
Yeah, definitely. Like main thing, this is.
I think it's
a beautiful thought. You want to feel freedom when you're painting. I think that's lovely.
Yeah, but I think we all want to feel free, not as an artist,
as a human being.
Yeah,
totally.
And in every work.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So maybe we will move on to the next question. Okay. Like.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. You mentioned that today humans live very fast-paced and empty lives. In your introduction that we received, how did you come to that conclusion, and how does that make you feel?
I don't know. I just speak a lot with people who surround me, and they say one thing, that we lives in a crazy life and crazy times. But I don't know, maybe it's not the crazy times, maybe it's just the flow of time is more faster because of development of the technologies and development of all the what surround the people, how world lives. And we have the same like time that had our parents, because the earth is like turning on with one speed, but we have just the gadgets and
the life is faster. And how does that make you feel? Does that upset you? Does that make you happy? I don't think that makes you happy, but
I'm just wondering what I want to do with this.
Okay.
And I need to use it like an artist, maybe. So if we have these gadgets who make faster our life, so maybe we can make faster our art.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking. We're saying that the life is getting faster, but actually, in my opinion, it's not. If we can ride a car, if we can go with a car, we are not getting faster. Car is getting faster, but not we. And that is the main thing, because our surroundings getting faster, the world is getting faster.
Technologies are
getting faster, but humans are the same slow animals.
Slowpokes.
Yeah, and when you see that the world is getting through you, like it's overwhelming.
Yeah, and what happens when you fall behind?
Yeah, and I think that is the reason what makes us like. What do you think about that?
I think that people just they think a lot about gadgets and so on, and thinking about what you want to buy and want to have, but they forgot about the soul,
Yeah.
the feeling of our body.
Experience.
Yeah, about our experience,
Yeah.
and they trying to catch this wave of time, but they forgot about our nature being. So
Yeah. Okay, it's quite an interesting discussion for me.
yep.
It's because it's not my field, but I'm interested in these things.
It's very
too.
philosophical. I love it.
Thank you.
Okay, so I guess we'll move on to the next question.
Let's move on to the
Okay.
next question.
So, in your master's degree introduction, you mentioned that we are getting further away from the nature. Now, what is your connection with nature, and what fascinates you the most?
To dig holes in my yard in the grandparents'
Okay.
house. Yeah, it's the most relaxing thing that
To dig holes.
Yeah,
dig holes.
like for potato and.
But
for
it's physically challenging, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
It is.
Or it doesn't matter, like for saplings or something, or for fundament of the building.
Yeah.
Like my parents they are already built 2 houses, so they are really into it. So maybe it's the part of my like DNA memory, something like this.
Very, very unusual answer. You know, I thought maybe it will be like it's a stereotype, I think, but I love to be in forest. I love to walks in the nature. Oh, I just dig holes. Very, very unusual.
Is there anything in nature that fascinates you the most? Maybe it's the animals, the landscapes, something that you
Or
really
holes
love.
for fundament of the house.
I don't know. I loved all nature. Even the things with this, like I have a meaning, in my opinion, that this we have this trend of the vegan life and so on. But yeah, of course we have to not eat that much meat because it's bad for environment and so on. But when we we turn into the grass, and animals eat us, and
Yeah,
it's a cycle of life. I trust in it, and yeah, I like every nature, and nature it's the stuff where you can get some ideas and something. Yeah.
Okay. Do you find yourself in nature a lot, or maybe around animals? No, not really.
Not that much. I just like them.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Very honest opinion about because I like I said, there are a lot of people. I don't know. I'm just thinking that there's like an idea that you need to be connected to nature. We, like you said, that we are separate things now.
Mm-hmm.
And people used to say, oh, I love nature, and yet they're living in the cities. They're buying all those gadgets, and they're very far away from the nature. So if I don't know if it is honest to say that I love nature and just be in the city all the time, and when you are saying that the connection with nature is just digging holes, it's actually fascinates me, because I think it's very honest.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you can say that we are closer maybe to our gadgets than to the nature now.
Yeah.
Because ask the Elon Musk with Neuralink, the new stuff that
Yeah.
you can just install to your brains and
Yeah. Even though it's not a theme of art, but I think we can talk about it later because I have an opinion about that too.
Me too.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. So
Should I roll the?
yeah, maybe another
Yeah.
picture.
Because we will be talking about this piece, and I think it was at the front somewhere.
Yeah,
this one.
Your artwork called V
Mhm.
depicts a really strong, fierce woman,
Mhm.
and with a mean look. Does this artwork represents us, these prideful, superhuman beings, or is there another story behind it?
It's represent the people, all the
people.
like the peoples and how how she
Holding her
holding
hands.
her hands. It's like the all is good, all is okay, and it's
okay.
like in political.
Manner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it looked very prideful because, well, she is the central composition and she's standing alone and very tall, and that just really stood out to me because you wrote that in your introduction, how we became very prideful and we abandoned our souls and we're pretending to be the superhuman beings. And yeah, so I think that's what connected me to that piece, and I really loved it actually.
So, but why you choose woman?
Because I don't know. I think women's are better than men's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why do you think so?
Because they are working a lot, and maybe some of them works even more than some of the men's.
Okay, that's
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I just, as I said, I began my story of art from the drawing
from drawing pretty women.
Yeah,
okay,
pretty
and
women,
she is,
so
and
she's-
I think she really is depicted as a really pretty woman too. I think
Yeah.
she has gorgeous features.
I know this woman actually.
Oh, who is she?
Okay.
She used to study in my academy.
Oh,
Yeah.
and you just asked her to model, or did you just choose her picture or a face?
Yeah,
as
it was from the picture, and I just draw
Oh,
her
okay.
without. She didn't know that, like before, and I just show it to her, and she, whoa.
Oh, so
and
she liked the piece, or
Yeah,
was she just
I
really
think so.
surprised? Okay.
Yeah. I can. Yeah, it was the big surprise for me.
Yeah, I don't know. That was one of the works that really stood out to me. I really loved it. So yeah.
Okay. I just, if I can,
Yeah.
yeah. I just want to. It's more about your perspective, your view. You said that women are better than men, and it's not like I'm somehow hurt or anything. But I'm just asking how you weight who is better and who is worse than.
It's just my opinion.
Oh,
Okay, but opinion is not as like you have to, but it's the reason behind that
yeah,
opinion.
sometimes well, most of the time opinions
Yeah,
are
you
based
can-
on something.
Yeah.
I'm really person of analyzing.
Oh, okay.
So I analyzing how the influence of the women's to our world and the influence to the men's to our world. I
Oh.
don't wanted to say that someone worst, someone.
Yeah, I mean we
better.
shouldn't say that. I mean, but
But
yeah, I
it's
get
just
what you
my
mean.
opinion that women's are. It's just maybe more even with love to the
Oh,
women's,
yeah.
not to the with hate to the men's and
Yeah.
Okay.
and so stupid or something.
Maybe you knew a lot of strong women in your life that made you think that way.
and also strong minds.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think, you mentioned, if I understood correctly, that women more like those loving creatures that spread more that warm feeling, and men are, maybe it's stereotype, maybe it's changing, but
Are more rough. Maybe.
more rough, more
Yeah.
aggressive, and their contribution to the world is it reflects, and they are doing everything with that force, not with empathy, but with force, and it's stereotype, but I'm just
Yeah, it is a stereotype.
trying to comprehend what are you saying, and
Yeah.
Um,
There's
I'm-
also
if-
this.
I'm not correct, or
I'm not saying that women are lovely creatures. I'm just saying that I'm like my
Your
my
opinion.
feelings to the women's
Yeah.
are
Oh.
I just with love.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I just with honest, and maybe
okay,
I don't know. We have in Ukraine this culture of that's because of all the pagan stuff,
Yeah.
cool.
Mhm.
You have it also maybe because of the matriarchate and so it's this thing, not the patriarchatic
Mm.
stuff. And we have more love to the women's. Of course, this topic of the suffering of the women's and how they are suffering in the post-Soviet countries around the world. I think it's bad, and we need to change it
Okay.
somehow.
Okay,
Okay. Should we move on to the next question?
I think so, Karolina. Let's go.
Okay, so visual arts usually depend on visual dictionary. Now, what inspires you the most in your surroundings? What do you look for?
First of all, I'm looking for things that I can copy.
Really simple
Yeah.
answer. Yeah.
Yeah, and this work, the part that you see,
Yeah.
it's the thermal cameras, and
Yeah.
I'm using this instrument. Like, I wanted to just copy the image of this thermal camera on this pane.
Yeah.
But in future I will using this instrument to tell the world about war and how this technology uses in the wars and
Yeah.
so on.
Well, are there any subjects that you find harder to paint or draw than others? For example, maybe animal figures or something like that. What is harder for you to copy?
Harder is not the interesting, like not that interesting. If
Okay.
it's interesting, it's easier for me.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
not, because I can
Yeah.
just dive into
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, you don't have to think
nature.
too much about how
Yeah.
to draw or
I just
paint
like
that.
it, and I draw, and so.
It's a very interesting point of view, because I like to draw too, and some people came to me and what is it hardest to draw for you? And I always think that there's no such a thing as a hard thing to draw, because if you want to draw something, you just have a reference and you just copy it, and that's all.
Yeah, but sometimes it's not that easy to copy that.
Yeah,
that
there's
thing.
some things, but if you're like what do you want to say?
In this case, like the artist is the man or women who not just copying.
Yeah,
it's
you
just you
shouldn't
you
shouldn't
see
copy,
this and
yeah.
you make your world in the canvas.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
You make it your own, even if you are copying a certain subject.
I don't know who said that, but there's words. somewhere in my head that if artists would be perfect and they will draw perfectly, then all art will be the same. And those imperfections in our experiences makes art different.
Definitely,
and
like
unique.
it wouldn't be interesting
Yeah.
if everything would be the same. Like,
Yeah. So
Also, maybe somehow to this meaning related the revolution of art when the photography was the first lenses was how I forgot the word.
try to say that in other words.
Invented. Yeah, I
Okay.
that photography was invented,
yeah,
and yeah, there was the revolution that this portrait stuff was not anymore interesting, and
Yeah.
now it's like becomes that you're drawing something like a photography. Why are you drawing this? Because you can make the photography just and don't wasting time and materials.
yeah. I think it was around Impressionism that cameras were invented, and that's why it became so important to capture the essence of like maybe the landscape or maybe a restaurant or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Well, now you know.
Now you know. Every day, new day.
Okay, are we moving on to another question?
Simply clever.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Is it for now? Are you asking?
It is your turn.
Okay. Oh yeah. In your artwork called Cow, the human face is covered with a black spot. However, the cow's face is recognizable. What is the reason behind it?
I just having fun in this composition. I don't know. It's
Okay.
just having fun. It was my figure. I just draw it from photo.
And maybe we can try to find
And
it.
cows
I think
is
it was
the
at the start, somewhere.
Oh, I know why it's happening after you, because you're pushing too fast and then.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, because I think it's really interesting how the face is covered. However, the cow's face is recognizable, and the cow is also transparent. Does that have to do something with that thermal thing that you were talking about?
I
Or?
was too young for these thermal cameras. It was a few years ago, and yeah, I just tried to maybe in this works I tried to get freedom or just put off things from my head to the paper or canvas, and maybe release my subconsciousness or something. Maybe. It just was an experiment, and it's quite huge, and yeah.
What is the size of that artwork?
250 per
wow.
one something. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that is a very large piece.
Yeah. So that was just like an experiment of.
I just mixed the acrylic with charcoal, with paper, and with breath pencil.
Okay. I think it's actually fun when there isn't an enormous, meaningful story behind a painting. Maybe sometimes it makes it even more interesting. What do you think?
Yeah. I think I don't know. Actually, I don't know because it depends on what do you how do you say what's interesting.
Yeah.
Because the thing that you can create and just see what happens, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
But picture artwork, or I don't know, even music could be quite boring, and that dynamic of reasons and the reflection what happened is interesting.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, maybe it's difficult to understand what I want to say, but no, okay, that's great, because even in communication, when we're talking, we can think that is interesting,
Yeah.
but for another side, it could be quite boring.
Yeah.
So that dynamic, I think, reflects on everything. So
Yeah, obviously. I mean, everyone has their own opinions, and
Yeah.
and I think it's also interesting how it shows that you don't always have to have crazy creative ideas. You can just do it from your intuition, and you still somehow manage to create a really interesting, wonderful piece.
yeah.
Yeah, so you don't always have to be this creative machine that's always generating ideas.
I realize that we are talking now with each other,
I'm just
and
listening.
I'm just listening.
I'm wanted to say about this that I don't like this kind of works that you have nothing on canvas, but you have beautiful story behind, and
Yeah.
you don't have this like something like heritage or something or your legacy that you live, and it's not beautiful. And maybe if it's on purpose that it's not beautiful, of course it's okay, but if your work is not that good, I also don't like few of my works, and it's okay, I think. But if you don't have cool work and you have good conception, it's doesn't save. Maybe it's my opinion, but
Okay. Yeah.
No, I think
From
I
this.
agree.
I think
I don't
it
like
could be
just-
in both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it depends of what do you say that it depends how you decide what is a good artwork
Yeah,
and what is a good idea,
yeah,
and it quite varies upon people. So, like for this time, like for an example, I thought that there's some kind of deep meaning, because
yeah. Me
you
too.
that picture by itself, it's quite, I think, I don't know why, but it's emotional,
Yeah,
because those cows are like dynamic, and the person that is standing is just standing straight, and there's no face, and I thought, what's happening there?
yeah.
And
What does it mean?
here Anton said nothing.
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 I will make some description like later,
Yeah,
maybe.
create a story.
Yeah, the creator story. Yeah.
Okay, great. So moving on.
Yeah. Okay. So you use very different techniques in your artworks. What do you think? How important it is to experiment in your creative process?
Experiment is the main thing.
Obviously.
Yeah, it's main thing, because you need to be like, you need to wondering what I'm supposed to do and how I supposed to do this. But if you have a question, you need to solve the problem, and you need to understand how to solve the problem. But the best learning, you need to learn something about to solve the question.
Yeah.
The best learning way is the self-learning. So you need to experiment for the self-learning. That's the my formula.
Do you experiment a lot in your artwork?
Yeah, quite a lot. And I also wanted to study here in Lithuania a bit more of techniques, because here in Lithuania they're using a lot of different techniques and mixing it with silk screening, with the acrylic, with the oil, with everything, and it's quite nice with the spray painting. And also this artwork was kind of also experiment, but it quite big also, like 250 also, and something like this.
So you like big formats?
Yeah, somehow. My tutors from academy is saying that I'm very like monumental artists, but okay.
Maybe because of your, like you said before, I don't know if we have this on camera, of your because of your murals on the church.
Yeah, maybe it was a quite nice experience with my teacher. We used to paint a lot of ornaments, of also I didn't paint the faces of the saints, but because I need to document for this.
Yeah.
For the it's
I didn't know that.
I didn't.
Yeah, it's quite strict structure, like you need to make something.
So you need to get a permit to paint a saint's face.
And how do you get that? How, if you want?
I have no idea. I'm just like, okay, I need to solve this problem. Okay, then.
Well, did your teacher paint the faces, or?
Yeah, and I have seen how he do this, and it's astonishing, like how to do this. It's something like it's more mathematic, not more artist. It's like how the line going on, and also the paints are all the paints are on the each places, like how it's
very restricted technique how to do that.
It's like just
like printer.
Yeah, somehow.
Okay. Yeah, I think I wanted to ask something, but I forgot. Maybe I will remember and then I'll ask.
Yeah, maybe you'll remember later.
Yeah. Okay. So next question, if you please. What do you think? How important art is for development as a human being for you, and what meaning art creates to people as a whole thing?
I think development of art is development of the human being. Like maybe we live in this times that scientists should gathering with artists and make something cool, and it's like, why not? That the numbers will gather with paints, and it will be something new, and the new wave of this scientific and artistic development altogether, whole world.
Maybe you have seen because something I think that is happening, something what are you saying, something similar to what are you saying, how artificial intelligence creates dynamic projections of on the walls.
I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen that? Oh, it's very beautiful.
I will.
I will send you a link, and I don't know what exactly are happening behind the scenes of that artificial intelligence, but I think that it somehow reacts on itself and creates those very structures like 3D spaces, and it's astounding if you think that it's just algorithm with some kind of rules, and it creates that beautiful things. And if you deep further, human beings are that creatures with some rules that create
With the
beautiful
connection.
things.
Yeah, the
And-
two things connected and
Yeah.
exploding.
And then there's a question, where are the line between machine and the human? It's an open question for you too. But firstly for Anton.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not a like wise man and so on. I'm just 22 years old and so on. But for me, like a few years ago, that was a lot of speaking about this theory that we're living in the simulation.
Yeah.
That we're living in
Yeah.
some kind of the computer game or something, like just a simulation. And I thought, okay, even if we are like living in this simulation, we will never know if it's true or not. So why we need to
Dig it deep.
yeah,
Yeah, why should we worry about
Yeah.
that?
just make art and so on. But yeah, it's very like huge topic to discuss.
Yeah.
And for me, I don't know.
It's simpler than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what do you think about that, Karolina?
Oh. I don't like the whole thing where humanity and machines merge too much. I mean, we've seen a lot of movies and the danger that it brings if humans and machines come together too close.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about merging them together. I'm talking about that edge, that we are separating ourselves from machines,
Yeah.
but our learning, it's not quite different from machine learning. We're
Yeah.
trying, we're experimenting, and then our outcome of that is something we used to call it's new, but
Yeah.
it's just two things coming together and
Yeah, I agree, because we are like a sponge. We like
yeah.
something. We
So-
sponge something, information, absorb something, and
Yeah.
then we
Yeah.
need to spread it.
However, I think that line behind between the humans and the machines is that, as he mentioned before, that humans still have a spirit. We're still alive. We have this whole inner world, and machines are just programmed to think in a certain way. They don't have a spirit. They don't have a soul. They're just a machine.
Yeah, I don't know if it's if it's very interesting actually, and I think we will connect it with art because I think that soul is what are you saying, that is soul in our bodies. It's really deeply connected with the feeling that I can create.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And we can't know what is inside that artificial and intelligent, I don't know, code or algorithm, because it creates, and we can't know if it experience itself that it creates, or it just happening by accident somehow, and it can't reflect. But the main process is the same, like for us. So like I said, I don't know, because
have
it's an
to think.
open question for
Yeah.
If we live in the simulation, we don't have a soul.
so it depends how you say, how you
Simple.
okay.
No. Yeah, it's really open.
It's and it's really difficult to discuss too, because we'll never know.
You never know. You never know.
Maybe there is a possibility. How red pill or blue pill?
Matrix.
Matrix, yeah. Okay, so I think we can go back to the art, and even though there's no questions on our papers left, but I have one question for you, and what do you think? What part of an art is the just your opinion is the most important? Is it visual aspect more important? Is the visual aspect, or is it an idea, or I don't know, what surrounds it, how it as a whole thing, how it connects?
I think the visual is maybe one of the most important for me.
Yeah.
Visual and the process, how it going,
Okay.
how it creating.
Yeah.
Because the process is the feelings and energetic, and people who maybe want to buy this art, or maybe just you an artist, you want to some feedback from your artworks, so you need to put some energy here. And then you have a feedback. If you don't have this creation moment, you have no feedback. And yeah, the visual for me it's mostly important. And also if it's combining together, it's also cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
It depends from the artwork that you have made. Because you can judge this artwork to these 3 points, like the visual, the creative stuff, and the history. And if you like something, both of them, it's good, it's cool. If you like one of them, you probably not like the work, don't like. And if you like both 3, you buy it.
Yeah, okay. So there's one more thing that is quite interesting, and that you can have a very beautiful painting, you can have a very beautiful story, or maybe not beautiful, but it's interesting in some way. But the artwork is somewhere in basement of an artist, and no one sees it. And you can have a blank canvas with no story, and it hangs in the museum or gallery, and people come and say, "Oh, that's beautiful."
I think that's unfair.
And yeah, my question is, how do you think, how important is how important are other people, and how we can know what will be reflected for the people, not for the artist?
I think it's my opinion, just if you tell the truth, you will have what you said, like you will hang out your paint on the wall.
Yeah.
Also, you need to communicate with other people, and you need to work with your art curators. You need to find the art curators, maybe. That's maybe the rule of our like market.
Yeah.
Yeah, communication.
How it works, because English, we speak all in English and we can communicate.
Yeah, even though it's not our native language,
Yeah.
but it's the way to communicate with globally.
Yeah, it's the question of globalization.
Yeah, but a question. I had a secret idea behind it because we're going to the end for step by step of this conversation, and my idea was to encourage artists to not be inside their room and spread their creative process and their artwork, and so I'm happy that you reflected that by your words, that we need to communicate. Yeah, because I think art is the most global
universal language.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I agree.
Yeah, we can not understand each other by words, but you can understand by art.
Yeah.
You first see the visual and then you go deeply to the story.
Yeah, I think today we talked more deeply than I thought.
Yeah, but I think that was really amazing and that was really interesting. So
okay, that's
for me.
For you too?
Yeah, for me it's beautiful.
That's great because okay, that's great. I'm talking today too much, I think. The last question. Maybe if you have more.
I don't even know. I just maybe wanted to ask you, do you think art can be really basic? Well, do you consider something art if it's just a beautiful picture? Is it still considered to be art if it doesn't really have any deeper meaning or a story or a creative process, but it's just a pretty picture, just an aesthetic picture? Can we still consider that to be art,
or it's just a thing, beautiful thing, and that's all?
I think it's just like people want to do something. Why not? People want to do art and they don't know how to do this. Make it.
Make it.
Yeah,
but I think Karolina asks, okay, okay, what is art for you?
Art,
yeah.
The combining of the idea and visual.
Yeah, so
as you mentioned.
As you mentioned. So you
catch me.
Yeah, I caught you because now you are saying that art is a combined idea plus visual, and Karolina asks, is only visual is an art? Beautiful visuals, it's an art, or it's just a beautiful thing and that's all?
I think not. Maybe if I said that it's combining, maybe it's not. Yeah, you catch me.
Okay.
Nice. Super cool.
Now I'm feeling bad. I don't know why.
It's okay.
I don't know. Okay, so I think now it will be last question, and it's very open.
Another one.
Another
a
last
lot
question.
of last questions today.
Maybe there's something that you just feel that you want to say, or say to the camera, to the world, or how are you feeling?
trust to your heart, trust to your mind, and trust to yourself. That's all.
Okay, a lot of trust.
Yeah, just trust.
Great. Great, Anton. That was pleasure to talk with you today.
Same. I was appreciated that you called me and that how you managed to find me. And
Nice.
it was pretty nice.
Yeah, it was lovely having you in the studio today.
Yeah.
Same.
Okay, so for you listeners, thank you for being with us, for listening our I don't know, maybe a complicated conversation, but I think we all hope that you heard something interesting, and yeah, I think that's all.
it.
I think that's it
for
because
today.
yeah, it would be appreciated if you share this conversation with the world. Press the like button.
And maybe comment something.
Maybe comment if you liked something, or if you don't. Just your opinion. Tell your opinion. And subscribe our channel.
Donate.
That's like and subscribe. So bye. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.